Good afternoon, Hotep. Greetings. My name is Obiku Ohini Il. Some of you may know me as Kindle King. But anyhow, what this video is about is showing you a little demonstration on what I've been using for the past year in this van. This is a 1993 Ford E350 van, 460 horsepower engine, 7.5 liter engine. Usually gets anywhere from basically, I guess, 7 to 11 miles per gallon. With this set of 6, I've been averaging about 15 to 16 miles per gallon. An increase of roughly, if you take the midpoint, which is roughly 10 miles per gallon, and add 60 to 70% improvement in gas mileage. It's been a year since I've had this system installed, and I averaged out, we did about 15,000 miles in 1 year, and that averaged out to be, without these devices in it, would have cost $5,000 to travel that 15,000 miles. But with these devices working, it ended up only costing us 3,000 miles per gallon. So we really, not only did they pay for itself, which basically a system costs about $1,000 to put in, but I saved $1,000. So it more than paid for itself, and kept some extra money in my pocket to do whatever I want. Again, this is a 460 horsepower engine. Vehicle weighs about 10,000 pounds, and I use two different styles. I use the steel rod method and then the perforated steel. I thought perforated steel would work better, and my suspicion was correct, because the more steel you have in the water, the more hydrogen you're going to produce, and you can see that in evidence by the collection of some of the oxidation rust at the bottom of the jars. These particular jars have been in this vehicle only since May, or actually late April, and the other ones I had were the wire rounds. And again, I use the water for gas as a template to do what I've done. There's other manufacturers and other methods you can use. This is without a pulse width modulator, without the preheating the fuel. Only thing I've used in addition to this is wrapping the oxygen sensor in aluminum foil. And so this is it's been very simple but very effective. I've also done it in a Nissan pickup, which basically doubled the gas mileage, where I was getting about 34 miles per gallon. Also a Cadillac, which I ended up getting increasing the gas mileage in that vehicle 40%. But anyhow, just so you can see it, I'm going to turn this vehicle on, and you can see all the bubbling and all the hydrogen being produced. All right. Alright, so now you can see the bubbling action, hydrogen being produced, it's the gas being sucked in from this unit into this unit, and then I've got a T here that brings it right into the engine. Even though you can't smell it on film, if you're back by the exhaust tailpipe, it'd be like being on the outside of an air conditioner in the summertime, where basically all you're coming out is hot air, and essentially that air is oxygen. It's basically, you can breathe it without coughing or hacking of any sort. So this is basically how simple it is. I'm going to give you a couple close-up shots so you can see the bubbling and more of the hydrogen produced. And that's pretty much it. It's that simple. Okay, what you're looking at right now is underneath the automobile, the van that you saw the 6 cells working. What you're looking at is the oxygen sensor wrapped in tin foil and wrapped again with steel wire or copper wire. I think I would actually use as a coat hanger just to keep the tin foil in place to get that oxygen sensor real hot, so it responds as if you had or the engine will respond as if you have a rich air to gas or gas to air mixture, and therefore it'll put out less gasoline into your cylinders and therefore increase your fuel mileage. So these are the only other thing I had to do to this vehicle to get 50-60% improvement in gas mileage. So you can see again that it's not a lot of work involved, and it's not beyond most people's capabilities, particularly just if you can read the English language and follow instructions. You can do this, because basically I'm a audio engineer and a musician and a artist, so I'm really not I'm more on the artistic side of things. But anyway, let me back out and you can kind of see that this is just inside the van. So, and here again is our cells. Right down here is the compartment where they live when they are not when I'm just driving around regularly. So basically you need about each cell is roughly about 5 inches by 5 inches by 9 inches high. So that's for just one of them. So basically for 2 rows of 2 rows of 3 cells, it takes about 15 inches long by 5 inches or 10 inches deep by 9 inches high. So that's the cubic area necessary to put all 6 of these. One of the things I also want to get people to be mindful of, if you don't have any space inside the engine compartment, is check in between the front grille and the radiator, because oftentimes it's like if you lift up this part right here, you'll be able to fit cells in between the radiator and the front grille. And that's what I did for my Cadillac install, and it worked quite well. So anyway, just basics to it. I ran the wire, this red wire you see, back into the fuse box, and I basically pulled the 15 amp fuse out for the radio, jammed the wire in there, and then jammed the fuse back in. So getting power, that's what I'm using as my power source, so I had control to turn it on and turn it off, or if I if I so choose, just leave the radio on, and as soon as I start the vehicle up, it hydrogen starts to happen. So there you go. Very simple, very doable. I hope this is helpful to all. Let's start taking a bite out of the oil companies and the car companies who keep giving us poor information that we can't save on fuel like we can. All right, this is Abiku Ohini Il for Amexem Technologies and Washita Technologies saying peace.